All right, so are you ready to dive in with me today? Because today we're going to be checking out Motor City Paddle Club
Okay.
and their kayak rentals,
Cool.
specifically at Weber Paddle Park
Right.
on the Salt River in Michigan.
Nice.
So if you're looking for an outdoor adventure,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to help you figure out if this is the place to be.
Okay, sounds good.
Now, it's not just kayaks.
Oh.
They have a whole bunch of different watercraft that you can rent,
Okay.
including something called a go boat.
A go boat. What's that?
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
But I think that's a really interesting part of this whole thing.
I'm intrigued.
So what's really cool about this location
Yeah.
is that the Salt River is known for being really calm,
Mm-hmm.
which makes it ideal for all skill levels.
Makes sense.
So whether you're a beginner or you've been paddling for years,
Yeah.
this is a great place to go.
That's great.
And to top it all off,
Yeah.
Weber Paddle Park has this universally accessible kayak launch.
Oh, wow.
So it really is an option for almost anyone.
That's awesome.
Calm waters mean more chances to just like relax and soak in the scenery.
Yeah.
Maybe spot some wildlife.
Right.
I mean, imagine gliding silently past a heron perched on a branch.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't want to scare it away with some noisy motorboat.
Right. So they've got options.
Speaking of options, let's talk about what you can rent.
Yeah.
Because this is where things get really fun.
Okay.
They've got single kayaks,
Oh, yeah.
tandem kayaks, stand-up paddleboards, canoes,
Wow.
and that go boat.
I'm still thinking about the go boat.
I know, me too.
Okay.
I think it's genius that they have all these different options.
Yeah.
It means they're catering to all these different preferences and group sizes.
Mm.
So whether you're like a solo adventurer,
Right.
a couple looking for a romantic paddle,
Yeah.
a family with kids, they've got something for everyone.
That's awesome.
I mean, I think that's super smart.
yeah.
Okay, so now that you're probably sold on the idea,
Totally.
let's talk about when you can actually go. Their availability in hours,
Yeah.
they operate seasonally from mid-April or May,
Okay.
depending on the weather,
Mhm.
through the end of summer.
That makes sense.
Michigan weather,
Oh, yeah.
it can be unpredictable,
For sure.
especially in the spring and fall.
Yes.
So it's always best to check their website
Mm.
or give them a call before you head out.
Good advice.
Their main hours are weekends,
Okay.
Saturdays and Sundays,
Mm.
10 a.m. to 7 p.m.,
Okay.
with the last rental going out at 7 p.m.
Right.
But they also offer weekday rentals by appointment.
Oh, that's cool.
So if you're looking for a quieter, less crowded experience,
Mm.
or you have a group and you need to coordinate,
Right.
weekdays are the way to go.
I like that option.
Weekday rentals by appointment are great for people with busy weekends
Yeah.
or who just prefer a more personalized experience.
Definitely.
No matter when you decide to go, just remember that booking ahead, especially on weekends, is highly recommended.
Good to know.
Walk-up rentals are possible, but reservations get priority.
Yeah.
Trust me, you don't want to get all excited to paddle and then find out there are no kayaks left.
No.
Planning ahead definitely minimizes stress and ensures you can fully enjoy your time on the water.
Exactly.
And keep in mind, they sometimes have extended hours
Okay.
during special events or peak summer days.
Mhm.
Always best to check their website for the most up-to-date schedule.
Right.
So how do you actually book your adventure?
Yeah.
A really user-friendly online reservation system
Okay.
through their website.
Right.
Just click that Book Now button and you're good to go.
Easy.
Online booking is so convenient,
Yeah.
gives you peace of mind knowing your spot is secured,
For sure.
and you can select your preferred craft and rental duration in advance.
Love that.
Of course, walk-up rentals are still an option if you're feeling spontaneous,
Yeah.
but I'd still suggest booking ahead, especially if you have a group.
Right. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Eh.
You don't want to be that person who shows up empty-handed while your friends are already out on the water.
All right, so let's walk through the booking process.
Okay.
You choose your craft.
Mm-hmm.
Single, kayak, tandem, whatever you're feeling.
Right.
And then you select your rental duration. It's
Right.
pretty straightforward.
Sounds easy enough.
Just a heads up, those premium fishing kayaks require a 24-hour advance booking.
Okay.
So if you're an angler, plan accordingly.
Good tip.
For the rest of the rentals, same-day online booking is usually fine if
Mhm.
they have availability.
Right.
And if you're really cutting it close, you can always give them a call to check for last-minute openings.
Got it.
So the day has arrived, you've booked your adventure, you're ready to hit the water.
Awesome.
What happens when you arrive?
Okay.
First things first, arrive about 10 minutes before your scheduled rental time to check in.
Okay.
You'll need a valid ID,
Hmm.
and they'll have you sign the rental waiver
Got it.
if you haven't done it online already.
Makes sense.
And if you didn't prepay online, You can take care of that at check-in.
Okay.
They accept cash, credit cards, and debit cards.
Nice.
No need to worry about bringing a specific form of payment.
That's convenient.
Once that's all squared away, they'll get you set up with all the necessary gear
Okay.
and give you a quick orientation to make sure you feel comfortable and safe on the water.
Sounds good.
And let's talk about that gear.
Yeah.
They provide everything you need.
Okay.
The kayak or paddle board, a paddle, and a U.S. Coast Guard approved life jacket.
Awesome.
Safety first, right?
Absolutely.
It seems like they have a really strong safety first mentality.
Yeah.
They'll help you choose the right size and type of life jacket,
Okay.
make sure your kayak seat is adjusted properly,
Mm-hmm.
and even offer some basic paddling techniques if you're new to it.
Oh, that's great.
It's like having a personal paddling coach right there with you.
Right.
Before you launch, they'll also conduct a brief safety briefing and orientation. They'll cover basic paddling techniques, the designated areas on the Salt River,
Okay.
and review essential safety guidelines.
That makes sense.
This part I found really interesting.
Okay.
On top of the standard equipment, they also have snacks and essentials available for purchase on site.
Yeah, that's handy.
It's those little details that can make a big difference.
Yeah.
Especially if you forget something essential like sunscreen or a water bottle.
Right.
Speaking of forgetting things,
Yeah.
don't worry if you left your picnic basket at home,
Oh.
because Weber Paddle Park has some basic facilities like picnic tables, a fishing pier,
Right.
and a portable toilet.
Nice.
It's really set up for a comfortable day out.
I like it.
And from what we've gathered, their equipment is well maintained and cleaned regularly.
Hmm.
They offer a range of kayak models, including those stable, beginner-friendly options, tandem kayaks,
Yeah.
and the premium fishing kayaks we mentioned earlier.
Right.
And let's not forget about the Go Boat.
The Go Boat.
I'm really curious about this one.
We do.
It seems like a fun alternative for people who maybe aren't as keen on kayaking or paddleboarding.
Yeah, maybe we can dive into that a bit more in the next part.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so we left off talking about the Go Boat,
Right.
and it seems like a totally different way to experience the Salt River.
It does.
I'm picturing like a group of friends hanging out, maybe with some snacks and enjoying the scenery.
Yeah, it does sound like a fun social way to be on the water. I imagine it's a great option for people who might not be comfortable in a kayak or on a paddleboard,
Yeah,
or maybe those who just want a more relaxed experience.
totally.
Yeah.
It seems like they've really thought of everyone.
Yeah.
Not just experienced paddlers, but people who maybe haven't tried it before, or those who need a bit more stability and comfort.
Yeah, it seems like accessibility and inclusivity are key themes here.
Right.
And it's not just about physical accessibility, but also catering to different levels of experience and comfort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So back to the Go Boat.
Okay.
What exactly is it?
So from what we've gathered, it's a small, round, motorized boat
Oh, okay.
that you can captain yourself.
Cool.
No boating experience is necessary,
Wow.
just a valid driver's license.
Okay.
And it can hold up to 7 people, so perfect for a family outing or a gathering of friends.
So think of it like a little floating patio party.
I like it.
You bring the snacks and drinks, maybe some music, and just cruise along the Salt River.
It seems like a great way to combine the beauty of being on the water with the comfort and convenience of, well, a patio.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you get to be the captain.
Oh, yeah.
No need to worry about mastering paddling techniques or navigating currents.
Right.
You're in control, but still get to enjoy that peaceful river setting.
Speaking of peaceful settings, I'm curious to learn more about the Salt River itself.
Yeah.
What makes it so special?
Well, besides being incredibly calm and easy to navigate, it's also known for its natural beauty and abundant wildlife.
Okay.
Think herons, egrets, muskrats, turtles.
Wow.
You might even spot a bald eagle if you're lucky.
It sounds like a birdwatcher's paradise.
Right?
And for those who aren't as interested in birds, maybe they'll encounter a playful otter too.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see otters in the wild.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think you can experience all that wildlife right here in southeastern Michigan.
And it's not just about what you see on the water.
Whoa.
The Salt River also has a rich history.
Really?
There are remnants of old trading posts and settlements that you can paddle past.
Oh, wow.
Remnants of its role in the fur trade back in the day.
It's like stepping back in time,
Yeah,
paddling along, enjoying the scenery, and suddenly you're surrounded by echoes of the past.
I like that.
That adds a whole other dimension to the experience.
It's a reminder
Yeah.
that even in a place that feels tranquil and untouched, there's a hidden history waiting to be discovered.
This brings up an interesting point.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about the practical aspects of renting a kayak or a go-boat.
Yeah.
But what about the intangible benefits of paddling? Why do people choose to spend their free time on the water?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think it's different for everyone.
Right.
Some people find it incredibly relaxing and meditative.
Yeah.
Others enjoy the physical challenge and the sense of accomplishment.
Mm.
And for many, it's a chance to connect with nature and escape the stresses of everyday life.
It's like hitting the reset button on your mind and body.
Right.
You're surrounded by fresh air, the sounds of nature, the gentle rocking of the water.
Yeah.
It's hard not to feel a sense of peace and rejuvenation.
And let's not forget the social aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Paddling can be a great way to connect with friends and family, or even meet new people through group paddles and events.
It's definitely a shared experience.
Yeah.
And those shared experiences often create the most lasting memories.
Speaking of memories, I have a vivid memory of paddling on a quiet lake up north. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow on the water.
Wow.
And everything was so still and serene.
That's beautiful.
I felt completely present in that moment, disconnected from all the noise and chaos of daily life.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It's those moments of tranquility and connection that really draw people to paddling, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about slowing down, appreciating the simple things,
Right.
and reconnecting with ourselves in the natural world.
And sometimes it's about the thrill of adventure.
Yeah.
Exploring a new river, navigating a challenging current, pushing your limits.
Right.
It can be incredibly exhilarating.
There's definitely an element of adventure to paddling, especially if you venture beyond the calm waters of the Salt River.
Yeah.
But even on a familiar route, there's always something new to discover,
Right.
different perspective to gain a moment of beauty to appreciate.
And that sense of discovery, that feeling of being present in the moment is something that can be found on any body of water, from a grand river to a quiet pond.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Paddling's accessible to anyone, anywhere.
I love that.
All you need is a sense of adventure and a willingness to explore.
Speaking of exploring,
Yeah.
before we get too carried away with waxing poetic about the joys of paddling,
Okay.
let's circle back to the practical side of things.
All right.
What are some key things listeners should keep in mind if they're planning a paddling adventure on the Salt River?
First and foremost, safety.
Okay.
While the Salt River is generally calm and easy to navigate,
Right.
it's important to follow all safety guidelines and be prepared for any unexpected situations.
Even though Motor City Paddle Club provides all the necessary safety gear, including life jackets, it's crucial to be aware of your surroundings, let someone know your plans, and dress appropriately for the weather.
And always check the weather forecast before heading out.
Yes.
Michigan weather can be unpredictable.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So it's best to be prepared for anything.
Speaking of being prepared, what are some things paddlers should pack for a day on the river?
Besides the essentials like water, snacks, and sunscreen, it's a good idea to bring a dry bag for your valuables.
Okay.
Hat, sunglasses, and maybe a light jacket or sweatshirt, as it can get chilly on the water, even on a sunny day.
And don't forget your camera.
Oh, yeah?
You'll want to capture all those amazing wildlife sightings and scenic views.
Oh, and bug spray.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're paddling through the marshlands.
Good point. Mosquitoes can be pesky little creatures.
Yeah, they can.
Now, let's talk about some of the specific paddling routes available on the Salt River.
Okay.
We've mentioned the marshlands and Anchor Bay, but can you elaborate on those a bit more?
Sure. The marshlands offer a serene and secluded paddling experience.
Oh, okay.
You'll glide through narrow channels surrounded by tall grasses and cattails.
Wow.
With a chance to spot all sorts of birds, turtles, and other marsh creatures.
It sounds incredibly peaceful and tranquil.
It is.
Like something out of a nature documentary.
Exactly. And then there's Anchor Bay, which offers a wider, more open paddling experience with views of Lake St. Clair in the distance.
Oh, nice.
It's a great option for those who want a bit more space and freedom to explore.
And since the Salt River is relatively calm,
Yeah.
it's a perfect spot for a leisurely paddle.
Right.
You can bring a fishing rod and try your luck at catching some bass or pike.
Yeah.
Or simply relax and enjoy the scenery.
And if you're lucky, you might even spot a freighter making its way across Lake St. Clair.
That would be a sight to see.
It would.
I'm picturing those massive ships on the horizon, a stark contrast to the tranquility of the river.
It's a reminder of the interconnectedness of our waterways.
Right.
How the river eventually flows into the lake and the lake into the ocean.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
It's like this small river is part of a much larger story. A vast network of water that connects us all.
Exactly. And it's a story that we can all be a part of.
Right.
Simply by getting out there and exploring.
I love that perspective.
Yeah.
It's not just about paddling, right?
It's about connecting with something bigger than ourselves. Experiencing the natural world in all its beauty and wonder.
And Motor City Paddle Club seems to understand that they're not just renting out equipment. They're providing a gateway to a truly enriching experience.
They're facilitators of adventure and connection.
Yeah.
And that's something truly special. You know, we've talked about all the practical stuff, renting from Motor City Paddle Club, and all the natural beauty and history on the Salt River. But I feel like there's something more here.
I agree.
Like, why do people love paddling so much?
Yeah.
What is it about being on the water that's just so appealing?
I think it goes beyond just like the physical activity or the scenery. You know, it's about connecting with something deeper.
Right.
Something almost primal.
Almost spiritual.
Yeah.
It's like the water holds some kind of magic.
Right.
A power to just like soothe your soul and quiet your mind.
Yeah, I've definitely felt that.
There's this sense of peace that washes over you. When you're just gliding along a calm river surrounded by nature.
It's true.
All your everyday worries just fade away.
Yeah.
You're just left with this feeling of pure presence.
And for me, it's also about that feeling of freedom.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're not confined by roads or trails. You can just go wherever the water takes you.
It's true.
It's a sense of adventure and exploration that I think is really hard to find anywhere else.
And it's a way to experience nature in a totally different way.
Yeah.
You're not just observing it.
Right.
You're immersed in it.
Totally.
You feel the current, the wind, the sun on your skin.
Yeah.
It's a full sensory experience.
And sometimes it's about those challenges too, like navigating a tricky current or paddling against the wind.
Yeah.
Pushing your physical limits.
It can be really rewarding.
Yeah, it can be exhilarating.
For sure.
You know, we've talked about it a bit. But Motor City Paddle Club's commitment to accessibility is really impressive.
Yeah, it's commendable.
It's clear they want everyone to experience the joy of paddling.
Yeah.
No matter their physical abilities.
That universally accessible kayak launch is amazing.
I know.
It's a real testament to their commitment.
It removes those barriers and allows people of all abilities to participate.
Yeah.
I think it sends a really powerful message about inclusivity.
It does.
And the importance of making nature accessible to everyone.
Absolutely.
And they really seem to go above and beyond to make sure everyone feels welcome and comfortable, offering guidance and support to those who need it.
It's about creating a positive and empowering experience for everyone.
Yeah.
No matter their background or their abilities.
And that's definitely something worth celebrating.
I agree.
So for all of you listening,
yeah,
we really encourage you to consider a paddling adventure.
Get out there.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a complete beginner.
It doesn't matter.
There's a world of wonder waiting to be explored.
Find a river, a lake, even a quiet pond.
Yeah.
Just immerse yourself in the magic of being on the water.
I love it.
You might be surprised at what you discover.
And if you're in southeastern Michigan, definitely check out Motor City Paddle Club.
They're doing great things.
They've created something truly special at Weber Paddle Park, a place where people of all ages and abilities can connect with nature, challenge themselves, and create some lasting memories.
It's a reminder that adventure can be found in unexpected places.
It really can.
Often right in our own backyards.
So grab a paddle, grab a friend.
Get out there.
Bring your sense of adventure.
And explore.
The water awaits.